So this video is about Atlantean starseeds, also known as Atlans, because they used to call themselves the Atlans. Atlantean starseeds, so these are beings that come from, they come from Atlantis. During the time period of Atlantis, these are where these starseeds were formed. This is where they were born. Atlantis is on a frequency very connected towards the 9th and 10th dimension. And they have 12-dimensional crystal star systems located during that time, which was located around Atlantis. They were able to open certain star systems, and they have crystal grids. And these crystal grids and these crystal towers were powerful. So if you know about the history of Atlantis, you'll know Atlantis was a very powerful, advanced, spiritual, I'd say like event, but also a very powerful, advanced spiritual planet. Because Atlantis, when you look at that time period, it was connected to like the whole of Earth. It was connected to the whole of the planet. So Earth during that time was Atlantis. Now these beings also, they're known as the Atlans. These are Atlantean beings. They're known as the Atlans. These are beings that usually they are kind of like similar between. Once again, there's a balance they have. They have a dark side and they have a light side. They have a very, very high vibration. In fact, their vibration is so powerful, it's so high, that they can't be seen within the human eye. These type of beings and these type of people, you may even recognize some of these people as well. They have advanced spiritual technology. They have a lot of knowledge. They have a lot of wisdom. They're very protective. These are people that are very, very protective. They're protective over their loved ones. They're protective over their, their family. They're very family connected. These people are very family connected. If you know about like how, there's different types of Atlantean starseeds. There's Anunnaki Atlanteans or Atlantean Anunnaki starseeds. There's some of those too. There's mermaid Atlanteans. There's Nordic Atlanteans. There's different types of Atlantean starseeds. These are beings that are like very, very, they're very warm-hearted and loving people, but they also have a dark side to them, which means it's like they are, because they were around during a time period of spiritual warfare and chaos, because the time of Atlantis, there was a lot of chaos. There was a lot of spiritual warfare taking place during that time period. So these beings have kind of like learned to master the power of war. Now, Atlantis, what happened with Atlantis, how Atlantis, shifted to Earth during that time period. The original Atlanteans, which is known as the Atlans, there's a star system where the actual planet of Atlantis was kind of like in the cosmos. And then what happened was they were able to teleport to Earth. And these are how like the Atlantean starseeds, this is how they came forth. Now they've been around for billions of years, well, probably trillions of years, because they're not from Earth. They just chose to come to Earth during the time period of Atlantis. Then when Atlantis fell, that's obviously when this is when they kind of like shifted away. This is kind of like where Atlantis began to disappear. But if you know about the Atlanteans, you know that the Atlanteans were very, very powerful beings. They're super manifestors. So if you're an Atlantean starseed, or if you are a Atlan, they're called Atlan or Atlantean starseeds, you are very, very powerful when it comes to like manifesting. You are really good at manifesting. These are like the master manifestors. Atlantean starseeds usually come between, they are usually fire signs, and usually water signs. Some of them are air signs. You rarely see earth signs being Atlanteans, Atlantean starseeds, but if you do come across them, pretty rare. But they are mainly usually fire signs, air signs, and water signs. Particularly fire signs, because they are very fiery. Their main element is fire. So anyways, if you're an Atlantean starseed, if you know them, let me know in the comments. I share.